Today's head shaking didn't get anything special. What's the date today? It is the 27th, 12th, 2019. It's a bluish yarn down there. It's creative. Whenever you want to show something, always something screws up. Setting is everything is perfect, and then suddenly it's always the same. That's why you get a nervous breakdown eventually, because things start screwing up. You're doing your best in this and that, and just keeps on. Everything's just too much sometimes. So that is our little yarn, and that is our tweezer. I didn't even have to grab it, it grabbed me. It grabbed me for free. Nice, but nice blue one. It's nice to see sometimes these colors. I've heard in the internet, on YouTube, these ones are supposed to have some kind of creatures inside of them. Well, maybe it is so, maybe not. Maybe I should cut open one, but I doubt that I find something. They may just use it as, that whatever bug is doing that, using it, not being part of it, that cotton or yarn, string, Morgellon, well, it's intelligent, it's logical, like if you go out there in the field and there are grass bushes in the savannah, in the desert somewhere out there, and you want to feed on something, you're a human being, you want to eat something, then you're going to take a camouflage for yourself as well, so I guess the question is why? When you take a camouflage, then you're afraid of someone else, maybe your size, your creature size, or there's something bigger that you're afraid of. Otherwise, why would you take it, as a camouflage? So just like this bug, who is using this yarn to protect itself or to hide behind it. Some said it's like a mosquito insect. Is it really? Maybe it is something like a black fly, for instance, In Canada, there are lots of them. They're very tiny. They're smaller than mosquitoes. And they take a chunk. They look like fruit flies, only much smaller, and they're black and not really like fruit flies. And they even go through a mosquito net that you have over your head. They crawl on your skin and then just take a nice chunk of flesh or skin out of your body, And then you bleed like a pig. Sometimes people walk around like as if they were in a zombie movie, blood is just flowing down the stern or wherever, and they don't even know about it because you don't feel that. They take out this chunk, I don't know, either they eat this flesh, and others say, well, they're drinking this blood, so I don't know. Look it up. Black flies in Canada, what are they? But I don't know if these guys are black flies. And these are my hair that were also inclusive. So in the middle there's also a little a bluish yarn, I refer to as yarn. But also on the side, you see it on the right, there's a hair which has this kind of stuff on it. And also on top of it there's something. And on the bottom left, which you do not see right now, I'm trying to find it to get it. No, I have to set it off and then put it on again. There is also a Morgellon string of a nice greenish color, like this pen here. This pen here coming up now. Yeah, nice greenish color, isn't it? So I'll show you that. So top left were our specimens. The bluish, and in the center is not only a greenish colored string, but also right beside it or above it a purple one, just like, you know, my flashlight is a purple one. And to the left in the center, you see it, there's also a black Morgellon string. So the purple one, you see it now, you see now nicely, and just in the middle is the greenish one. I try to grab him somehow, which is, you know, not fun. So here's the purple one, and here's the greenish one. I don't know, I think it's underneath it. I have to separate them before I lose them again, but you see him in the middle now, almost. See it? Yes, it's just beneath the purple one is the greenish one. I'll separate them. So as usual, the green one is lost again, and the tiny ones, you see one on the bottom left is bluish, above is a white one. They're so hard to get off the tweezer, you know, it's like impossible. You have to hook them on something, on a crust or something, then they will stay. Yeah. I don't know, do we still have one on there? Tweezer coming in. Yeah, there's something still there, a little bit of another blue stuff, but just a little bit on it. This is, you know, region of macro size. But in the light. So a nice bluish, a nice white one, and then we'll have these. This purple here, Morgellon, very nice. And I had the green one just beside him, laying, you know. But you're trying hard and you screw up. Don't try, then you will not throw up. Screw up, you know. Right. Okay. So here's the purple one, which is a nice color and very nice and very small, but as usual, guess what happened with the green one? Exactly. So at least we have the purple one as a prisoner of war, POW, right? So you can see it's been sitting up there in my head, or on my head, maybe also in my head, right? It has all these beautiful grains on it that Morgellons usually have, you know, are covered with whatever they are. And you know, it's not a perfect straight like a fishing line or a thread would be, or nylon, because we know Morgellons, most of them are kind of flat, you know. They look like a band, like wie ein Bandwurm. In German, Bandwurm is a kind of worm that lives in your guts, and when you eat something, it eats for you. You're getting slim, but he's getting bigger and longer and longer. Some of them get up to 10 meters or 12 meters long, you know. So this is all same style maybe. He isn't like thick like a sausage would be. He's kind of flat, like this guy here is flat and sometimes rounded, because, you know, when they're bending in one side, then it looks like a pipe, and to the other side it looks flat. I'm trying to focus here. Maybe it's the light is too sharp. So